Welcome back to the Right Corner YouTube channel. You are back again for the Zim political updates. What are Zimbabwean politicians saying on X space, formerly Twitter? What is happening in and outside Zimbabwe? What are Zimbabwean politicians saying on the Sam space? What is happening in and outside Zimbabwe? Basically, unfiltered information and updates, reporting it as it is here on the Right Corner YouTube channel. So please subscribe. Getting into business straight, we are looking at a press release whereby the European Union has suspended its financial support for the Zimbabwe Electoral Project due to a fraudulent, sham and disorganized election, as commented by the Citizens Coalition for Change on X space, formerly Twitter. And the UN basically is saying it didn't enforce ZAC. Here is the press release. For immediate release, the European Union notifies its intention to suspend support for the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission's project. Harare, 19 September 2023. The European Union (EU) has formally communicated its intention to suspend its $5 million financial support for the Zimbabwean Electoral Commission (ZEC) to both the Ministry of Finance and Investment Promotion and ZEC. The project supporting ZEC, which is managed by UNDP and scheduled to run until December 2024, is currently under scrutiny due to concerns raised by several international electoral observation missions (EOMs) regarding the independence and transparency of ZEC during the 2023 harmonized elections. The recent preliminary statements from multiple EOMs, including the EU EOM, have raised concerns about ZEC's management of the electoral process, particularly regarding its independence and transparency. The EU contributes together with other donors to a UNDP-managed project aiming at enhancing ZEC's institutional and technical capabilities to fulfill its constitutional mandate. In response to these concerns and in adherence to responsible management of EU development cooperation funds, the EU has initiated a procedure to suspend its contribution to this project. The EU firmly underscores the critical importance of electoral management bodies serving as independent and transparent institutions in fulfilling their mandates to deliver credible and inclusive electoral process that enjoy the trust of citizens. The EU remains open to the possibility of resuming its contribution to support efforts aiming at strengthening the electoral process and bring such processes closer to the regional and the international standards that Zimbabwe has signed. The European Union will continue closely monitoring developments in Zimbabwe and reaffirms its commitment to collaborate with the government, independent commissions, civil society, and other stakeholders in promoting democracy, human rights, and the rule of law. Background information: the Zim Eco 2 project. The primary goal of the Zim Eco 2 project is to enhance ZEC's capacity to conduct the electoral process with the aim of contributing to the improvement of the entire electoral cycle. Not limited to elections alone, this project is managed by UNDP and receives support from various donors, including the European Union. Following the signing of the financial agreement with the Ministry of Finance in November 2022, the EU officially entered into the Zim Eco 2 project with UNDP in December 2022, providing a total contribution of 4.7 million USD, of which approximately 1 million euros have been spent. For any immediate inquiries, please contact Alexandra Maseko, Press and Information Officer, Delegation of the European Union. This was the press statement from the UN. They are saying they didn't endorse ZEC, and they are dismissing the election. Actually, the decision was based on reports from SADC. According to the press release, as we are looking at the press release, right, the decision was based on reports from SADC, AU, COMESA, Commonwealth, and the European Union Election Observer Missions all of which condemned the elections as lacking freedom and transparency. This was the UN in a press release. Like always, we know when the European Union now that the European Union is pulling its 5 million funding of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, citing concerns over its independence and transparency. In cause, Zimbabwe citizens were not citizens, but the members of the public were reacting on X Space, commenting to the press release, to the release of the press, as they were saying that this was another person who was commenting, and as someone stated that 5 million, then only 1 million dispersed. 5 million. Are we that poor or desperate? I wonder if it is all in good faith. And someone said, so ZAC is European sponsored, and they tagged Nick Mangwana, speak of regime change. ZAC must pay back all the money they wasted on the sham elections. These are the people reacting. Another one said, that is a sanction as it is. Then you hear them saying illegal sanctions because of land. ZAC is one of the many to suffer. Someone is saying electoral integrity matters. European Union withdrawing funding from Zimbabwe's Electoral Commission signals a call for reforms. May this drive positive change and fortify democracy. Someone is taking Nelson Chamisa said, we watch the space. Is this the space? Someone is saying fake, Zeki Mutengesi. People are responding what they are feeling, how they are being triggered, what they think about the press release from the European Union, as they stated on 19 September 2023 on X. The press release have been making rounds all over social media. Let's get to hear what you think about the UN press release, the European Union press release. What you think about the election that just ended in Zimbabwe. We are looking at a situation whereby the president was sworn in, the ministers, the chancellor, then there is the UN releasing sending a press release saying they didn't endorse ZAC. Let's get to hear what you think about this. Why are they suspending the financial support for Zimbabwe electoral project?